Hello, welcome to another topic in our fourth quarter. So before we proceed, let us have the table. So you are going to complete the table below. So we have here the fraction 1/4. What is the decimal form of that? Correct. So we have 0.25. How about the percent form? Okay, that's correct. We have 25%. Okay, and then on the next row, we have the decimal form, which is 0.5. What is the fraction form of this, or fractional form? Okay, that's correct. We have 1/2. Hey, how about the percent form? That's correct. We have 50%. Okay, next, we have here the last column, which has on the row, we have 75%. So what is the fraction form of this? Correct, we have 3/4 or 3/4. And the decimal form of this is 0.75. Okay, so this table will be used on our discussion later. Okay, so let's have this next slide. So we have here the questions. What are the possible routes that I can take in going to school? Next, how likely is it that I will be called to recite in our math class today? Next, will I probably win in this game? Next, should I bring umbrella tomorrow? Or, what are my chances of getting the correct answer in a true or false type question test? How about in multiple choice type? Okay, so here are the examples of questions wherein you can have the answer the form in probability. Okay, so how are we going to have the probability? On the previous slide, we have the definition that it is a branch of mathematics wherein it deals with the number of chances that something will happen. Wherein this probability can be expressed in the form of numbers, in the form of fraction, decimal, or percent. But these numbers should be from 0 to 1 only. Okay. So again, when we say probability, it is just from 0 to 1. Okay. So here are the examples of probability. 0 if it is impossible. Unlikely if it is just 1/4 or 0.25. Okay? Or 25% to happen. Then even chance if it is 50-50. Likely if it is 75%. And certain or sure if it is 1. Okay? So again, your probability can only be from 0 to 1. Okay? There is no such probability of greater than 1. And of course, there is no such probability that is negative. Okay? So let's have this sentence or statement. There are 7 days in a week. What is the probability of this? Okay, that's correct. We have certain or 1. Next. Out of 20 items, Jan got 15. So what is the probability of this? Is it 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, or 1? Okay, that's correct. We have here 0.75 or 3/4 because we have 15 out of 20. So just reduce the lowest term. Since we have your decimal form, so you have to express your answer 3/4 to decimal form. Okay, next question or next statement. In the Philippines, it will snow in March. What is the probability of that? Okay, so we have here 0 or impossible. So there is no snow in the Philippines. Okay, next statement. If you flip a coin, it will come down heads. So is it impossible, unlikely, even chance, likely, or certain? That's correct. We have the even chance. Because if you are going to flip or toss a coin, you will only have 2 results. It can be a head or a tail. So that's why 50-50. Okay? Next. All months of the year have 28 days. Or is it impossible, unlikely, even chance, likely, or certain? Okay, the answer is certain. Okay, so you may think, Why is it one or certain or sure? Yes. We have from January to December have 28 days. Okay. You may think that it is just only February. No. All the months from January to December have 28 days. Okay. But if you have the statement that a month of the year has exactly 28 days, that is just February, talking about February. But since we have here all months of the year have 28 days, so that's why you have certain. Next, it will be daylight in Manila at midnight. Obviously, your answer here is 0 or impossible. Okay? Next, the day before Monday is Sunday. Your answer is certain is correct. Of the 40 siblings, only 10 survived. So your answer is unlikely. So you have 10 over 40 or 1/4 is 0.25. Okay? Next year, the month after November has 30 days. That's correct. We have December has 30 days. Although we have 31 days in December, but we have here the question 30 days. So it will run through 30 days. So it is certain. Next, the person to knock on the door will be a female. Your answer should be even chance is correct. So because it may be a male or a female. Okay? Next, the chance that the outcome in rolling a number cube is an even number. Your answer here is even chance because if you have the numbered cube, so we have there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Since we have here this on the statement even number, so you will have 2, 4, and 6. So 3 out of 6. When we reduce the lowest term is 1/2 and change the decimal is 0.5. Okay? Next, the chance to win in a lottery is unlikely. Okay? So because it is a very little, you have a very little chance to win in a lottery. Okay? So again, those are all about the probability. So let's define again the probability. So probability is the possibility of occurrences of events in a man's life or the chance that something will happen, which can be expressed as a fraction, a decimal, or a percent. Experiment is a chance process that leads to a well-defined result called outcome. Experiment refers to any situational activity that involves chance. It can be in the form of making observations or taking measurements. Sample space. It is the set of all the possible outcomes or sample points. When we say sample point, it is just one of the possible outcomes. When we say event, it is a collection of outcomes or subset of sample space. Okay? So let us use the basic concepts of probability to identify the following. So we have here the choices. So we have probability, experiment, outcome, sample space, sample point, or event. Okay? So I will give you 5 minutes to try having the answer in this. Okay. So let's take, for example, that your 5 minutes is over. So we have here the correct answers. Okay. So we have number 1 is probability. Number 2 is also a probability. Number 3, sample space. 4, sample point. 5, event. 6, experiment. 7, sample space. 8, event. 9, event. And 10 is experiment. So if you have your time, take a look again in this video on the previous slide so that you can check your answers here. Okay? So I have here the follow-up question. So in the word probability, what is the probability of having, okay, number 1, vowels? Okay? So what will be your answer here? Okay, so vowels, we all know that vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Okay, so the vowels here are O, okay, sorry, we have here O, A, B, I, and I. Okay, again, O, A, I. So we have 4. How many or what is the probability of having vowels in the word probability? So since the word probability has 11 letters, and since our vowels are 4, so you can have here 4 over 11. Okay? Next, what is the probability of having consonants? Okay? So since our vowels are 4, so our consonants are 7. So we have here 7 over 11. So count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consonants. Okay? So these are the vowels. These are the consonants. Okay, how about a letter A? What is the probability of having a letter A? Obviously, you only have 1A. So that is 1 over 11. Okay? How about a letter I? The probability of that. So since we have 2 I's, so you will have here 2 over 11. And what is the probability of having a capital letter? So since all of the letters of the probability of the word probability are in capital letters, so we have here 11 over 11 or 1. Okay, question? Okay, so let's have different problems here. So we are going to write again the probability. Earl Darren's asked to choose a day from a week. What is the probability of choosing a day which starts with S? Okay, so we all know that we have 7 days. Okay, and the days that starts with letter S are only Saturday and Sunday. So that's why you will have here 2 over 7. Question? Okay, next. Choosing a month from a year, what is the probability of selecting a month with 31 days? Okay, so what are those months and how many? Okay, so we have here 7 over 12. Okay, so I hope you can determine what are those 7 months from this January to December. Again, we have 7 over 12. Okay, next. If a letter is chosen from the word perseverance, what is the probability that the letter chosen is E or letter E? Okay, so we have to count how many E's do we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And the word perseverance has 12 letters. So that's why you will have here 4 over 12. And then when we reduce to lowest term is equal to 1 over 3. Okay, next, number 4. If one letter is chosen at random from the word trustworthy, what is the probability that the letter chosen is a consonant? Okay, so count first again the number of letters in the word trustworthy. So we have 11 letters and the consonant. Okay, so we are going to have the probability of the consonant. So you will have to count. So you will have 9 over 11 is correct. Next, number 5. The sides of a cube are numbered 11 to 16. If John Rance rolled the cube once, what is the probability of rolling a composite number? So what should be your answer? Okay, so since we have 12, 14, 15, and 16, and we have out of 6, so you will have, what do you think? Yeah, so we have 4 over 6. When we reduce to lowest term is equal to 2 over 3. Okay, do you follow? So again, we have here 4 over 6 because we have from 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So those are 6 phases. And then we have the composite numbers. So we have the composite numbers are 12, 14, 15, and 16. So 4 out of 6. So reduce the lowest term again, that is 2/3. Next, we have a box contains 7 red balls, 5 orange balls, 4 yellow balls, 6 green balls, and 3 blue balls. What is the probability of drawing out an orange ball? Okay? So, since we have here 5 orange balls, and we have, how many balls do we have? So, we have 7 plus 5 plus 4 plus 6 plus 3 is equal to 25. And we are going to find for the probability of orange. So, we have 5 over 25. When reduced to lowest term is equal to 1 over 5 is the probability. 7. Of the 45 students in the class, 25 are boys. If a student is selected at random for a field trip, what is the probability of selecting a girl? So, out of 45, we have 25 boys. So, 45 minus 25 is 20. Okay? So, we have 20 girls out of 45. Again, this will be the girls. Okay? Because we are going to find for that. Then, reduce the lowest term. So, we have by 5. So, we have 4 over 9. Okay? Next, number 8. 2 fair coins are tossed simultaneously. What is the probability of showing a tail followed by a head? Okay? So, if you are going to toss 2 coins, so there are 4 outcomes. So, you can have tail, tail, we have head, head, we have tail, head, or head, tail. Okay? So, these are the 4 possible outcomes or the sample space, wherein you will have to find for the probability showing a tail followed by a head. So, that's why you just have 1 here. So, 1 out of 4. So, your probability here is 1 over 4. Next, number 9. A spinner is divided equally and numbered as follows. 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. What is the probability of that the pointer will stop at an even prime number? So you have to take note of the even prime number, and that is only the number 2. So you have to count. Okay? So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of how many? So we have here, okay, 15. So that's why you will have 4 out of 15. And for the last question, let us have what is the probability of getting an 8 from a deck of 52 cards? Okay, so we have here 4 out of 52. 4. Why? Because we have 8 from hearts. A heart only. 8 of diamond. We have 8 of spade. And 8 of club. Okay? So we have 4 out of 52. And when we reduce this to lowest term, it is 1 over 13. Okay? So any questions so far? So I hope you got all the questions and the answers. And that's all for this day. Thank you and God bless.